Going to be continuing on my new Game Plus playthrough of Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. Loud 1 minute. Hello again, Huang7. Happy to have you here. We're just gonna pick up from where we left off, and actually real quick. Wait a minute, it's still a little loud. At least on my end. Actually, no, I'll just turn my headphones down. That'll probably be better. How's that sound? Or is that actually that might? It looks like it's a little loud on the stream. That looks good. All right. Long7 saying, I've been bugging my neighbors for 2 weeks now, asking them if my package arrived. I want my crayfish, damn it. Well, I hope your crayfish are in good condition when they get back. Anyway, actually, one thing I did, like, off stream was, I basically restarted the game and made sure everything was in order. So now I have my full field guide here. Like, all the Digimon in this game, I'll show you through the field guide. Plus, this will make it easier to like show all the skills I inherit inherit all the skills I want and stuff. I also did a bunch of grinding off stream because I wanted to get a particular skill on my Digimon. Like let me show you real quick. Yeah, see that? I got acceleration boost. As you can see, it doubles the damage inflicted next turn. It's a really good skill. It takes takes going through a bunch of Digivolution paths just to inherit, so I did that off stream so I wouldn't have to waste time on stream getting that. So now I'll be continuing on raising up these guys. Whoop. Long7 saying, I find it so odd when they have very human-looking monsters in these things since they are kind of owned like property. Like, not necessarily. Like, Like, in the anime, Digimon have been known to, like, disagree with their tamers and go off on their own sometimes. Like, that's actually a pretty cool plot point sometimes. Like, they aren't property, they're their own individuals, and they expect you to treat them like it. Like, even in this game, they still make it clear that they can be unhappy with the people that oversee them. Like, there's this one quest where a bunch of Digimon made it clear to the hackers in charge of them that they wanted better living conditions. So it's kind of fun that they're human-like because of I guess of how human they actually are, in a sense. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to skip most of this plot. Like, you don't care if I do you? I just want to get to the battling and all that.
この子それにある話を聞かそうか話ってのはおっとお願いエデン症候群年々患者セントラルが上白の今回の近くはいああ発症患者
Story, 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 story.
ようやくおっと悪いがか京ちゃんの入れたコーヒーには気をつけろ特に色と固形物にはな
Oh yeah, this character does disgusting experiments with her coffee. That it's kind of funny. Guang7 saying, question is if you are enjoying the Puyo story. It's pretty cute so far. It's pretty easy to find characters you love and hate in Puyo Puyo, that's for sure. Guang7 saying, yes. Yep. Hopefully you'll find characters you love in this story anyway. And the and Guang7 saying, and the twins. Yeah, they're pretty bad too. Basically, we're in the hospital looking for people that are also under a bad coma from the 3D social media. Hey girl, have we met? Huang7 saying, reminds me of Arby and the Chief plot lines. Hackers killing player characters, steal their data and accounts, or makes their consoles blow up and kill them. I see. Also, Digimon know how to use text messaging, so... you can actually talk to the monsters you have in your storage. I think I need to go to the special ward. Alright, now I just have to look for a place where I can hack into the hospital stuff. Hmm. Can't quite remember where I did that. Let's see. Huang7 saying, time to hack Grandma's life support. Yeah, like, you really need to watch some of the Digimon anime, man. They basically... It really scares you how... It really knows how to scare you on how reliant human people are these days on... People these days on how reliant they are on digital technology. How many things run on electricity and need... Or use computers that can just be hacked. Like... Like, like Digimon were able to cause extreme worldwide devastation because they could override so many things digitally. And as you can see here, this game it's not as easy as you probably thought it was going to be. One of my teammates is already dead. It's a good thing I had acceleration boost, so now I can kill these guys easily, hopefully. Oh yeah, and I guess fainted allies don't get EXP. That's not good. I think I'll have to go. Oh, I guess they come, but they get revived with at least 1 HP when they come back. Ah, shoot. Stop killing my Koromon, damn it. Now I've got to now I'll have to heal and get my Koromon back up. But then again, then I'm probably gonna deal with another cutscene in a moment. That's for the authorities to decide, not us. If it's against the law will try us. Then the law will try us. But until then, we're in a bit of a gray area. I see. Stealing hospital records when they aren't really being honest about the hospital records, huh? Yeah, it turns out I'm on life support. So basically, people are put into comas after they log out from social media, and sometimes they die, and and the big companies are trying to keep it under wraps until they can cure it.
あなたはここは関係者以外立ち入り禁止のはずです。どうやって入ったの？警備員に。質問を質問で返。ひょっとして。そうです。エデン症候群について何か質問があれば誤解しないでください。私は上城に世話になっている人間ですから。この最近運ばれてきた患者ですね。この人。そうですか。どうなるって、それ以外の症状は聞いたことは。私が知っている人で最も長くて8年。でも待つしかない。それは上城もエデン症候群。そのためにこうしてエデンのせいで誰かが何とかしなきゃいけないんです。会話の弾んでいるところを邪魔してす。
Oh boy, this character.
こんにちは、ケビンさん。お仕事お疲れ様。ああ、今日もいい男ね。リエさん、今日は来ないはずなのに。ケビンさんのたくましい大胸筋。リエ、見てるだけでドキドキしてきちゃう。ああ、我慢できない。
They basically this perverted foster mother or CEO.
お堅いのね。岸辺理恵、背後のお出まし。上城の上役が何をし。必要な情報は手に入れた。長いは無用。おっと。ではロビーで落ち合おう。
Yep, there she is.
ゆうこちゃん、お元気？リエさ
I
ん、
like this character.
今日はどうしたんですか？ちょっとねえ、大好きなゆうこちゃんの顔が突然見たくなっちゃったんだな。
I've been saying I honestly don't know what I was expecting her to look like. Did she at least meet some of those expectations even a little?
私が一人でいるのが心配なんですか？なんかリエちゃん先生がビビビッときたのよ。またゆうこちゃんが暗い顔してるんじゃないかなって。ほら、辛いでしょ、いろいろ。別に。強がっててもお姉さんには分かっちゃうんだな。ところで、こんなところで何してたのかな。
Long7 saying I'd prefer Yuko. You prefer the cool-headed, black and white dress girl, huh?
いえ、別に何も。ピクニック的な？はい。 いえ、違います。ゆうこちゃん、なんか変じゃない？私たちの他に誰かいたりして、ひょっとして彼氏とか？そんなこと。それとも彼女さんかしら？ちょっと探してみたりして。あそこの部屋とか、やらしいんじゃなくて、あやしいほら、観念して出ていらっしゃい、ゆうこちゃんズラバーさん。このリエお姉様がゆうこちゃんの保護者として責任を持って手取り足取り腰取り大人の階段をホップステップジャンプ。なんだ、誰もいないじゃない。でもゆうこちゃん、別に構わないのよ。彼氏の一人や二人や三ダースくらい連れ込んでも。
I love how our guardian is basically this huge sex freak.
私なんてゆうこちゃんくらいの時にはうふふ。それじゃあ本命の彼の様子覗きに行こっか。私たちが揃って顔を見せたらきっと喜ぶんじゃないかな。はい。
Wong Seven saying she sounds like she's going to drop on the floor and slick herself to death at any moment.
あの人どこへ？
She's in a constant state of arousal. Alright, back in the synth wave. Now I gotta heal up my Koromon. Now let's beat up these jellyfish. Oh, whoop. Long Seven saying, the local zoo is finally opening. It's been a whole year since I've been there. I wonder if the penguin facility has been constructed during quarantine. Oh, you'll get to go to the zoo, huh? You'll get to see all those lovely gorillas, giraffes. Uh, lions, tigers, and bears. Dad joke. Huang 7 saying, at least add the quails. They have a quail exhibit? Oh, and by the way, as soon as I hit the level requirements, I'm gonna go ahead and evolve these guys into the next stage, if you don't mind. Until then, I'm just gonna keep progressing with the story and dragging these guys along. Huang7 saying, last time I went there, the Jaguar exhibit had a design flaw because people could stick their phones close to the fence, which makes them roar in annoyance. Yeah, I definitely don't think people would want to be around an annoyed Jaguar, so yeah, they should probably fix that. Huang7 saying, I feel bad for the wolves because kids would howl at them every day. The keeper says it creeps them out. It's, it, that does sound like it'd be annoying. Like, like all these people, basically, you're trying to speak in their language, and I'm sure the kids don't mean any harm, but I can imagine but you gotta consider the animals' comfort and all. Oh yeah, here comes some of her coffee. Those aren't coffee ingredients. Oh hello, Dark Law Delta. Happy to have you here. Huang7 saying a new challenger approaches. Dark Law Delta saying, gonna send you a funny pic related to Kyoko's coffee in the Discord. Okay, can't wait to see that. One minute. I'm gonna go. All right, I'm basically gonna be taking on a quest for the coffee shop upstairs. All right, let me take a look at what. at that image real quick. Dark Cloud Delta is saying, oh yeah, I forgot to mention there's a case in Chapter 4 that involves her Gurumon. Make sure her to not complete it. It's the best EXP grind spot for 10 chapters straight. Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind. Right, let's go to that coffee shop. So I'm pretty sure that's where I'm supposed to go. That's actually a pretty funny image. Thanks for that, Delta. I'll show it to my friend here in a bit. Let's see, where's the coffee shop? Here it is, I think. Here we are. The cat girl may just filed sexual harassment suits. Falling 7 saying, oh, that's right, Japan has gimmicky cafes. Yeah, apparently the maid cafes they have sometimes the women there will actually clean out your ears when you get serviced by them. Or at least that's what I've seen from a documentary. I think it's pretty cool. Clearly gets customers in, and that's great. Looks like there's someone else I'm supposed to talk to. Ooh, medal. Agumon Expert Medal. Huang7 saying, some of the animal cafes sound fun, drinking coffee with owls, raccoons, or cats. Well, I mean, yeah, who wouldn't want to drink? I mean, what's wrong? Who doesn't want to drink? Enjoy the company of cute little cats, huh? Oh no, it's her. Huang7 saying, give the raccoons a puppuccino. Dark Cloud Delta saying, by the way, I got all the medals for Metal Man. It's torture because you mash A waiting for the 5-star medal from the machines. Huang7 saying, is the MC and Nokia related? No, they just both happen to have red hair. Dark Cloud Delta saying, some of the rewards for hitting milestones are worth, but for sanity reasons, don't complete unless you want to. Ooh, okay. I don't plan to, I'm just mostly gonna go through the story. Alright. I don't know. I don't know Japanese history, man. Alright, now I can use the Digilab. Alright, I want to see if I reach any... Nope, looks like I got another level to go. Actually, I'm not too far from that. Level 9. Alright, I'm gonna grind just a bit, just so I can evolve up to the next stage. Dark Law Delta saying, so those questions serve a purpose. Answer wrong and you get +1 cam. Right and it's 3+3 cam. Any other interactions via Digiline is +1 cam. Okay, so Huang, to explain that to you, like, the cam stat is basically the Pokemon, like, they're equivalent to the Pokemon friendship stat, except it's actually practical. Like, it basically makes it so that they'll combo better during battle. Like that special animation you see when they get increased damage. Like, that's more likely to happen with 100% cam. Plus, cam makes it easier to get to certain evolutions. Like, you can only get certain go down certain evolutions if you have enough cam in the cam stat. It's a percentage and it maxes out at 100%, and you get 1 cam for every battle the Digimon are in. Like, let me show you real quick. Like, see that right next to the personality, to the left a little. That's the cam stat. Right now it's at 18%, at least for this guy. Little higher for these guys. This one doesn't have any cam because I haven't really used it in any battles. Dark Law Delta saying also includes running from fights too. Also, this will be a good opportunity to show Huang something else, something that helps to speed up the grinding process. Since I want to go ahead and evolve these guys real quick. Let's see, where is that little guy? Here he is. I only need one of him for now. Alright, so this guy, this is Platinum Numamon. He's like like a King Metal slime from Dragon Quest, except he's on your team. Like, his skill makes it so that you can get a ton of EXP in battle, and with these hell items of Tactician USBs, you basically speed up the process of gaining levels so you can evolve and de-evolve as quickly as you want. I'm just gonna use him for a tiny bit so I can get up to the next, so I can evolve to the next stage already. There we go. Yeah, there's that special animation I was talking about that camera relies on. Yeah, see, I get a ton more EXP when I do that, when I have a platinum, with a single platinum Numamon. Also, his effect stacks, so having two platinum Numamon makes it way easier to get more levels. Dark Law Delta also saying, also helps that when you evolve and de-evolve, your level resets to 1, so over-leveling is impossible. Quite nice. Yeah, it is. Like, even if you do evolve into a strong monster, you're still gonna be at level 1, and you'll have to get your level up to get all the best out of the stats and skill sets. Alright, enough of that. We can evolve into the next stage already. We're moving on to the rookie level now, Huang. We were at baby at first, then we became in training, and now we're moving on to rookie. We're evolving our Bukamon into an Otamamon. There we go, we get a cute little tadpole. Isn't that great? Now for Koromon, we're going up to Gilmon. Just one more evolution, and then you'll see the Digimon I wanted you to see, Huang. The one I bet I'm sure you're really gonna love. This is technically one of the mascots or protagonist Digimon, but not the one I wanted you to see yet. Finally, Tentamon. Huang7 saying, the exotic store has a couple of tadpoles in their feeder fish tank. Wonder how much those will cost. Are, do they stay tadpoles, or do they become some kind of teeny tiny frog? Dark Law Delta saying, fun fact, Otamamon is a mini-boss in Digimon World 1 who insults the player, and he has low HP in that game. Quite funny. That does sound pretty funny. Alright, so here's our team for now. We got, Tiny Dinosaur, Tadpole, and a Beetle. Huang7 saying, they become frogs. Question is how big the tadpole will get and what species it becomes. I see. So they have a sorted tadpole species, huh? Like, actually, are bullfrog tadpoles relatively large? That would probably make sense. Because I'd hate for you to end up with a teeny tiny bullfrog tadpole and have that take up your whole tank. Head for Shinjuku, okay. One minute, I had to check on something. Alright. Oh, sorry about that. Now Shinjuku. Here we go. Dark Law Delta saying, yeah, I had to leave work 1 hour early because of weather conditions. Oh, that doesn't sound good. I hope the weather will be okay for you over there. As for me, it's scheduled to be like super cold tomorrow. Dark Law Delta saying, company I work for announced tons of time off slots for tomorrow. I guess your job must work a lot outside or something if it's that bad. Basically, the admins are trying to keep on the down low about that tentacle monster. The girl's been hypnotized. Dark Law Delta, I'm glad New Game Plus exists. Hunting the Tactician USB on the first time with a level 2 farm took ages for me. Yeah, it took me a lot of soft resetting to get all those Tactician USBs too, so I'm glad I get to keep them. Yeah, like, that's actually another thing in Huang. Like, a lot of things are going to be a little easier in this because I am in a New Game Plus. Like, a lot of resources that wouldn't be available to me from the beginning are now available to me. Like, that's also why it's going to be slightly easier than usual. Now have an alt account for the social media place Eden. It's her again. I don't want to say too much because I know I'm gonna end up spoiling things for Huang. He can sort of figure out the story as we go, so I don't spoil everything. And I've spent so much of this stream just trying to try and click through text. Man. This is why a skip cutscene button is needed for games that have a New Game Plus. We got another mystery to solve, so... Dark Law Delta's saying, yes, yep, sad the game doesn't have it. Yeah, like, that's pretty much one of my only two gripes with this game. The lack of a proper quest mapper, because you can get lost in certain obscure quests, and the fact that there's no skip cutscene button. If it had those, this game would probably be perfect. Dark Cloud Delta saying, bodied by a boss, 2 minutes of mashing A. Oh yeah, gotta love it. Hmm. Oh boy, here are my Digimon friends again. Oh, well. Dark Cloud Delta saying, I'm good to see Hey Habis team improve each Digimon story title. In the DS days, there was no repel function, and the grind was unreal. No plant poops back then. I see. That does sound pretty horrible. Well, hopefully, hopefully we get a sequel to the. Well, hopefully we get another Digimon story game that's just as good as this and better too. All right, we're now in the hacker forms. Finally, I can head on to the next level of Kowloon. Finally, we get to see. Finally, we get to see the animation for these guys at least a little. Now we're heading into the next area where the Digimon are going to be slightly stronger. Now we're making some progress. Now we're gonna encounter stronger enemies, so... Ah, here we go. Ah, I want to see Tamamon's special animation. Taking out Goblimon. Oh, I have so many of that item that from my last save file that I can't carry it. That's pretty funny. Oh, I think this is an NPC battle coming up here. Yeah, I think it is. Okay, never mind. It's not an NPC battle. Just a key item blockade. This game may seem easy at first, but wait till I get to the bosses. Which is what I'm trying to do. I'm pretty sure there's a boss somewhere. Not too far from here. And also I'm a bit stronger from evolving these guys. That's another thing. Oh yeah, she's vaccine, so she's gonna be pretty hard since I have viruses on my team right now. Or never mind. With electricity versus wind wins. Dark Law Delta saying, no lie, I game overed once on hard at the upcoming boss. Yeah, I believe you. I've tried hard mode. That stuff's pretty insane. I'm just trying to enjoy a casual playthrough with a casual team, you know? I don't want any stress. I'm not here to tear my hair out because I can't over not strategizing. More NPCs to get through with a key item. Oh, hello, more tadpoles. Dark Cloud Delta saying, yeah, normal is best for variety. Found hard to be strangely lacking by the end for variety. Thankfully it isn't the Vita / PS4 hard. Was it actually worse in those versions of the game? That's the thing about a hard mode. No matter how easy you think this is, you can't say anything about the game being easy with the hard mode, with the switch of the hard mode button. Plus, I'm getting pretty close to being able to freely evolve again, so I imagine it'll be even easier at that point. Getting good. Usually in a normal playthrough, they would make it hard to reliably get strong at the very beginning of the game by making it so you had limited party space, so you can't just fill your team with strong monsters. So strong monsters take up more data, which take up more party space. Here I don't have that limitation. I can fill up my team as much as I want, so I can get as strong as I want as easily. Dark Cloud Delta saying, devs are like, huh, we made Japan PS4 release too easy. But international release, added hard mode, bosses get more speed and twice type bulk. It was horrible. Complete edition fixed hard to be tolerable. Okay, so hard was so hard. So originally hard was so hard, it was unbearable, huh? Hey man, they can't criticize this game for being easy if the hard mode is a nightmare. At least they found a good balance of difficulty with the hard mode. That's good. Let's see, Guilmon. Looks like I have to get him up a few levels. Actually, let's see. I'll only add this guy to my team just so I can do a bit of grinding. Yeah, that's another great thing about this game. I can basically force an encounter without having to walk. That way I can just grind leisurely. I'm gonna go ahead and... Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and bust out the Platinum Sukamon again. This way I can just get... This way I can just get the champion monsters I wanted you to see that we were gonna be using anyway. In an RPG, you're gonna end up grinding anyway. This just speeds up the process so we can spend more time battling. Dark Law Delta saying, yep, you had to metagame the story mode on PS4 and Vita. In Switch/PC, they made boss bulk 1.5 times instead of 2 times and stripped the speed gains of bosses. And normal became slightly more difficult but still enjoyable. Okay, that's good. That's kind of funny. Pokemon has an issue of difficulty with the games being too easy. Digimon has a struggle with the difficulty of the games with it being too hard. Interesting. Makes you think, doesn't it? Dark Law Delta is saying, so they fixed both difficulties to function as intended. Good, good. Nice to see a game dev actually care about the difficulty of their games to make the experience more enjoyable for their players. Looks like I need to get him to level up a bit more. I'll evolve them all at once. I need to get Tintamon's attack up to 55 for what I'm trying to, for the evolution I'm trying to get. That's actually another great thing about this game. It makes you think about the stats of your monsters by making it so that low evolution requirements aren't just level based, they're also stat based. You have to think about the stats of your monsters if you want to evolve down certain paths. Let's see. Yep, got it. Huang7 saying, I like how the Doom Eternal devs pretty much doubled down on the stuff that pissed off game journalists and non-diehard players of the DLC. Oh, good. So basically the game devs of Doom know whom not to listen to. Huang7 saying, you hate whiplashes? Now they are invisible. Oh dear. Alright, here we go, Huang7. Here's one of the monsters I really wanted you to see and I feel like you'll love a lot. Here he is. Here we go. Tyrannomon. We get a proper dinosaur. Alrighty, now for teammate number 2. Huang7 saying, you hate the Marauder? Now there are 2 of them. Aw, oh, man, that sounds great. And watch as the tadpole metamorphosizes from the majestic fish like being in the pond to a frog. Darklaw Delta saying, fun fact, Tyrannomon is the first Digimon they designed. Okay, that's interesting, I did not know that. So he's like the Rhydon of the... So he's sort of like the Rhydon. He is to Digimon like Rhydon is to Pokemon. Anyway, we got our frog. Isn't he beautiful? With his horn coming out of the back of his neck. Gecko Huang7 saying Geckomon looks like it escaped a very intricate torture session. It's the big crazy eyes. It's got to be the big crazy eyes, I imagine. And now finally Tentamon. Got ourselves a stag beetle with Kawagamon. Like this guy is usually one of the generic bad guys in Digimon anime. Like if you need a filler bad guy, this is one of those Digimon they'll use for that. And we're gonna use him in our team. Alrighty, let's clear away all this clutter. Let's go ahead and Digivolve Yokomon real quick. I want to make this into a Huniemon, I think that's her name. I'll show you her real quick. Like, I want to keep the Yokomon around because I want to Digivolve her into let's see. Hudiemon, that's its name. This one. Huang7 saying, and one final thing, you hate the microwave beam? Here's an enemy that can only be killed by that weapon upgrade. Lovely. Like, the funny thing is, like, this team you see here, like, these guys are basically filler NPCs, or filler bad guys for the anime, so, and we're gonna actually use them in a team just for the fun of it. That's the goal anyway. So we got our little Tyrannosaurus, got our frog, and we got our stag beetle. And we're at champion level, so it'll be much easier to get a lot of stuff done. Quagamon with his depth penetrating and neutral attack. Oh yeah, a lot of attacks can actually pierce defense stats. So those ones are really strong. They just basically just ignore any defensive buffs and stats. To Gekomon in penetrating medium neutral attack. So yeah, we got this. I guess this team is actually going to be half decently strong since we can just pierce their defenses now. Oh yeah, and the instat, that's basically Alright, let me show you the stats real quick. So like with stats, we have HP, your health, your SP, which is basically MP, your attack, physical attacks, defense for physical defense, and then you have int. Int is basically your magic attack and magic defense at the same time. Like with Pokemon, it's like the special stat of Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, where special attack and special defense were the same stat, and then of course you have speed. So magic attackers are actually pretty strong in this game because of that. Huang7 saying, at least it didn't take 8 hours to get an adult Tyrannosaurus like the Isle Legacy. So yeah, now that we have these half-decent champions, we should be able to stick with them for most of the game. And the upcoming bosses, and since they have acceleration boost, we shouldn't have to worry about a lack of power. Oh yeah, this is an upcoming boss, so this will be perfect. Though I should probably grind before coming to this boss. We'll see. I saved beforehand, so if I struggle, I can just always grind before. Go back and grind. Dark Law Delta. Those three are OGs. All of them are in Digimon World 1. Quagamon was a workout rival of Kabuterimon. Tyrannomon guarded ancient Dino region. And Gekomon was a resident of Gecko Swamp. Yeah, I wanted to use these guys because I never actually used them in my main playthrough, and I never really see these on a lot of people's teams. So I figured I might as well have some fun using something different, you know. This guy's crazy and he just wants accounts. Hand over your accounts now. Accounts. Accounts. This guy's got a real account addiction. Accounts. Now. Hand over accounts. What did you do to him? Mephisto, are you rolling? Give me your account. Ah, there it is. Growlmon. Alright, here's the first boss, Growlmon. That actually did a decent chunk because I'm Data, and Data is weak to virus like this guy. It's a good thing I somehow inherited heal somewhere. Oh right, it's not going to do much because Quagamon has terrible int. Wong7 saying Anonymous is still relevant in this universe, it seems. Alright, here we go. Oh shoot, that did nothing. I might actually have to go back and change my team. I wasn't expecting that to do so little. This is not good. My team is just not designed for dealing with this guy. And I'm running low on MP. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to start over. I'm gonna have to build up a stronger team to help deal with that. But so as you can see, Huang7, I can't just barrel through everything. Actually there is, I think it's the start button, but well, actually it's getting kind of late, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream here. I'll figure out a better team for tomorrow. Or I'm gonna need some strong vaccines. Anyway, that'll be all for today. I hope you enjoyed watching me mash through tons of text. Dark Delta saying, strong and above is basically the press and win button, and the mediums are for the tentacles. Okay, I see. So that's why I'm not hitting as hard as I would like to. Plus button for the reset. Okay, so that's what I did wrong. Okay. Well, that'll be it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow, or whenever I feel like streaming again. Thanks for dropping by.